What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Got a lot going on tonight. Olivia will be here in just a few minutes. She's, for the next couple of weeks, going to be picking up the kid from play practice. And so she'll join us a little bit later. Nice to be back on track and somewhat early on the show. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to have a good show tonight. Got a lot to talk about. Go over what we are talking about. New York politicians are cray cray. Absolutely freaking nuts. I'm going to go over why and talk a little bit about that. I'm going to dial in my mic just a little bit. Make sure it's not coming in so hot. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. There we go. Tesla and domestic terror. They go hand in hand, it seems. Dylan Mulvaney has something to say. We didn't cover it last night, so I figured we'll do it tonight. Dems want war because peace is out of the question. Why? Because it's Donald Trump who's going to bring it. Beta TikTokers unite. And Schumer wants a shutdown. Overtime is going to be economy. And Rosie O'Donnell leaves the United States. Finally a celebrity that keeps their word. Couldn't happen to a better person. Somebody who kind of started it all with the trash talk between Donald Trump and celebrity and politicians. Kind of a cool thing. Do me a favor. If you are over on Twitter, please share the hell out of this. And also do it across all other streams. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Go over to Wimkin and sign up.
Howdy, y'all. This is Damani Felder. These are perilous times in American history, and now more than ever, we need individuals who are willing to wage war on the ideological battlefield with like-minded individuals. And I can think of no better place to start than my friends at the Don't Unfriend Me show. So thank you for being here, and enjoy the show.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. A lot happening. Olivia will be here shortly. Hope everything is good. Comments seem to be stalled. What is wrong? It's never this slow in the comments. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. It looks like we're on Twitter. Anybody want to send a couple comments in? Show me what's going on. See if we can get this thing back up. because without that, I'm kind of in the blind. I got to be able to see your comments. Of course, Olivia's not here. Let's see. Sorry, folks. Hang tight. We're going to get this fixed. Kind of Bush League amateur right now. There they are. Not yet. I think I'll just have to wait until the next update. Hello. Okay, we got Twitter, but I'm not seeing Facebook. Can somebody show me some Facebook comments, please? Got a ton of Facebook people on there. Should be no reason why we can't get these going. Just drop a couple comments, please, if you wouldn't mind, on Facebook. It is possible that Facebook comments aren't working. That would make sense since I haven't seen one since we've started, but we are live on Facebook, I believe. Nope. Hi, Christina. Good to have you here. Thank you, Howie, but that doesn't help, dude. I think YouTube's fine. And Facebook was on and should be on again. Let's make sure here. It's possible that Facebook comments are just down. Let's give it a couple seconds. "44 comments, but I'm not seeing them." So everyone says hello. I'm watching on Facebook. Seems okay. Matt, I thought you praised Rosie in the past. What? Are you trying to make me upset? Is that what it is? You're trying to upset me, Paul? Is that what it is, dude? Praised Rosie? Rosie O'Donnell? Me? No, dude. I think you got the other Matt Spear on the other Don't Unfriend Me show, wherever the hell that is. Okay, seems like we're getting we're getting numbers now, but still struggling on comments. What's up, JJ? I see you. Now I can see. Well, I'm just going to use the other window is what I'm going to have to do. And that's cool. I don't mind doing that. It just sucks because I can't highlight and bring your comments in. Yeah, Facebook comments seem to be working good. I can see them on my main window, but my app isn't running them. Guys, just give me 1 second. Let's see if I can just do a preference thing here. And if not, the show's hard enough without this. Just see if I can get. No. Well, let's just hope that maybe it comes back. It just kind of sucks because I'd really like to be able to see comments. All right. Well, we'll go without it, and Olivia is going to have. So if you have a question, go to YouTube, go to Twitter, or you can email it in or DM me. Ugh, that sucks. I will try to see it, but you've really got to use the Q button because I don't think I can scroll back up. Let me just see one more time if I can. If I actually go into the video. 44. Let's mute this. And there's a delay because it just said there were 44 comments. So that thing's delaying massively. Hey, Liv, is that you? Please get in here. I need you. All right. So, yep, I can scroll back. Okay, so if you have a question, use the queue as we always do. It's going to be a trip not seeing these. I can't see comments for Facebook, so I'm going to need your help tonight. Okay. You're going to have to really monitor chat, please. Hi, babe.
Hi.
Yeah, mic is on, your volume is set, and we're ready to go. We had a little bit of a snafu. I'm going to close Facebook. It's up to you. So when you see something that looks good, you got to tell me.
Okay.
Fair enough?
All right. So make sure everyone do Q or tag me in it or something so I can see it. Because
yeah, we have zero. I have zero optics on Facebook, unfortunately, because it is what it is. So, all right. Little update. We are very excited. I got my ears raised today. Got a little haircut and excited for the Photo G event.
Photo G?
Yeah, the Photo G.
What does that mean?
It's what the kids say. Photo G. It's kind of like choreo, but it's photo G instead of photography. I knew you were right there. I saw you walk by, and I just decided to do that because you're here. Call it photo G.
Hayden. Yes, I did.
No, we forgot.
Hey, can you go into the car? It's locked, and grab my wrist bracelets in there. I forgot to bring it in.
Right now. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. So this is what happened is that one day Hayden came back from school and she's like, ugh, choreo was so exhausting. And I'm like, what? What the hell's choreo? And I had no idea what she was talking about. Olivia didn't have any idea. And Hayden had no idea what she was talking about either. And she's like, geez, Dad, all the drama kids call it choreograph or choreography.
Choreo.
Choreograph or choreography is choreo. And I said, nobody calls it choreo. She's like, we do. I'm like, you guys also say skibbity and freaking omega and whatever else, sigma and stupid shit. So anyway, so when she walked by, I'm like, we are very excited for the photo G that we're having. We're going to a photographer on Saturday, and the whole team is getting photos. And Leroy is flying in. Amy will be here. It's gonna be great. So anyway, I feel really naked without Facebook. Like it feels really weird. So you got to help me, okay?
Okay.
Like this feels horrible that I don't have Facebook.
What's going on? It's just an error, or
let me try to explain it. I don't have Facebook chat. I can't see it.
Oh.
I got nothing. Sorry, did I come across as short and punchy? I didn't mean to.
I was just asking why.
No, I know, and I came across as short and punchy, and that wasn't by design. I literally feel naked without it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Haiti. You're a trooper amongst troopers.
You're a super trooper. I beat you to it.
You're a sup troop. We call it sup trues. All right. Folks, welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. We're going to start off. I didn't think we were going to start off this way, but we're going to start off this way. Liv, are you ready?
Sure. I'm still trying to log into everything right now, but yes.
How long is that going to take you?
The next.
How about you do this? How about you log in before you leave?
I did, but I have to refresh everything and log into the show, and then share everything and like everything.
Okay. Well, let's not worry about that.
Okay.
Let's not like everything and share. Don't worry about that. We're here.
Okay.
So let's just rock and roll. Are you ready?
Got it. Yes.
You ready to rock and roll?
Yes.
You got donations on lock?
Yes.
Rosie O'Donnell, Liv. Do you remember Rosie O'Donnell?
Yes, I remember Rosie O'Donnell.
And what do you remember about Rosie O'Donnell?
Didn't she have a TV show or a talk show at one point or something?
She had a talk show. Yeah.
I know she's adopted all her kids. I know she was she's gay, and she was one of the really first open gay people in the 90s, celebrities. And I know she had a really, really big feud with Donald Trump.
Yeah, and Trump does not like her. And she doesn't like Trump. It's equal. In fact, I've got a blast from the past for you, just to go ahead and put this in a context if you don't remember. This was on the Fox News debate back in 2016. Well, it would have been 2015. And Megyn Kelly looking just Megyn Kelly-ish. Which is just delish. And she engaged with Trump, and this is what came out of it. So take a listen. By the way, I have a new graphic when we go to video. Power.
Very cool.
Power. Here it is.
Things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account...
Thank you.
Things people love about you is you speak your mind.
We just got to watch it
and you
again
don't use a politician's filter.
You just want to stare at
However,
Megyn
that
Kelly.
is not
That's
without
right.
its downsides, in particular when it comes to women.
When you scream out
You
Megan's
call women
name
you don't
tonight.
like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account?
Totally worth saying. Totally. I like Megyn Kelly.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, at least I'm honest about it. So that doesn't even remotely begin to encapsulate the relationship between those two, but it is one of hatred. But here is Rosie O'Donnell, and bear with me here. Rosie doesn't look good. Bobby Richardson in with love at 51.99, starting the night off correct. It's been a little bit of a rough. Liv, you forgot to put the $300 in show goal.
I did put $300 in show goal.
No, you have to write show goal 300 so
I
people
didn't know that.
So
I didn't. Do you want me to redo it?
Yes.
Okay. No, I didn't realize that. That's new.
It's okay. I should have told you 3 times. Here's Rosie O'Donnell, honey.
Yes.
And you got to listen to this real quick, then we'll fix it. Okay. And trust me, Rosie looks interesting.
And I'm here in Ireland, and it's beautiful and warm, not physically, it's actually quite cold. Moved here on January 15th, and it's been pretty wonderful, I have to say. The people are so loving and so kind, so welcoming, and I'm very grateful. I'm in the process of getting my Irish citizenship, as I have Irish grandparents, and that's what's going on, and that's where I've been and what I've been doing. And although I was never someone who thought I would move to another country, that's what I decided would be the best for myself and my 12-year-old child. And here we are. Here we are. I miss my other kids. I miss my friends. I miss many things about life there at home. And I'm trying to find a home here in this beautiful country. And when, it is safe for all citizens to have equal rights there in America, that's when we will consider coming back.
Did her stomach growl in the middle of that
I
video?
think that either that or she has a dog real close to her. I'm becoming quite prolific at dog noises, so I agree with you. That was a dog noise.
It sure sounded like it.
And Liv?
Yes.
I don't know what you think. Well, what do you think? What do you think about
Rosie
all this?
O'Donnell doesn't even look like Rosie O'Donnell. She's lost some weight for starters, but
yeah,
she
looks like my mother.
She hasn't aged well.
Doesn't she look like Darla?
No, that's not. I was saying she looks like somebody either I've seen in recently or somebody I
Darla.
know. No, I wasn't thinking Darla.
Oh my God.
Somebody else. Because I don't know. But yeah, she doesn't look great.
Her poor 12-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, ugh.
But you know what? I gotta respect her.
Yep, me too.
Why?
I was just
because
gonna
she
say that.
said she was gonna move
And she
if
left.
Donald Trump left, and she actually left.
Yeah,
so yay!
I'm gonna end. I've got you
Good
know what?
for her.
Completely with no addition. I agree. Like I have mad respect for Rosie O'Donnell. There's no ill regard or animosity.
Nope.
I want to congratulate on Donald Trump for keeping his word to take out the trash and have them leave our country. Those are all good things. I've got no complaints.
Nope.
So Rosie O'Donnell, more power to you. Congratulations. I'm not sure what rights you're talking about.
Exactly. I don't know what rights you're losing, but okay, go for it. Whatever floats your boat, toot your horn,
whatever tickles your pickle or whatever.
Whatever. So
I wish I had something else. I mean, I feel like we're slacking here. Like we're failing because like there should be a punchline to this. And I'm just happy for her. I want the very best. I want her to make sure that she's happy for the rest of her existence. That's right. I wonder if she's with her lesbian lover, if she can lick her way to the end of the pot of gold at the rainbow.
Oh my God.
Is that Irish?
Yeah.
You stay away from my Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Is it Irish or Scottish?
That's, as far as I know, it's Irish.
A leprechaun.
Yeah, because on Lucky Charms, there's a 4-leaf clover on the box.
Leprechaun is Irish.
Yes. And
Scottish is completely different. Scottish is like this. And
thus.
Thus. First, before you can use this, you must learn to use this. Do you speak Latin? No. Well, that's something we're going to have to remedy, isn't it? What movie, Liv?
Gee, let me think.
Oh, come on. Just why don't you
Braveheart.
Just take the credit.
It's Braveheart.
You got it. I got out of the park. Congratulations. I don't have anything to say about Rosie O'Donnell. None. Mad respect. Moving on. That was so easy. Like literally, I'm serious. All joking aside, I have absolute mad respect that she is. She did what she said she was going to do.
Exactly.
And I wish all of them would do it. New York politicians are cray cray. Liv. Absolutely.
That's no shock to me.
I'm going to show you a video, and then I'm going to show you the close up. This is hilarious. This guy is from New York. He's an assemblyman, and of course he's crazy because it's New York. He's a mayoral candidate, which means mayor candidate. In my opinion, he assaults the police officer in this video. Like if I was a cop, I'd throw him on the ground and I'd handcuff him. It's assault. You put your hands on a cop, it's assault, right? Isn't that the case?
That's what I think it is.
So he's all upset because Tom Homan is doing his job in deporting criminal illegal aliens. God, I hate not having Facebook chat. This is driving me crazy. Okay. And here is this unstable nut job from New York. And then I'm going to show you the other angle, which you haven't seen, which is just classic. Listen to this bovine-laden estrogen soy boy. That's assault. Every way, shape, or form, that's assault. It does it on every given Sunday. You are assaulting a police officer.
You know, I like our leaders not to throw temper tantrums in public.
Yeah.
That would be really nice and grown up of them.
This looks like an insurrection to me. How about you?
Yeah, slightly.
I wonder, what's today? So can we call this M12? It's M12. Where were you on M12? But the interesting thing is that this is how pimp the borders are Tom Homan is, and you're going to see him. Here's the other angle of this douche plow. And watch what's in Tom Homan's hand. Watch this.
An apple.
They can't hear you.
It's an apple. He's eating an apple. Like, I don't care.
It's an apple. Because an apple a day keeps the crazy liberals away, right?
Dude, I will get more apples at the store.
Yes.
And eat more, definitely.
You should. We don't even need the new Vivint security and the new gun. Here's the video. What do you mean he doesn't believe in the First Amendment? You're yipping and yapping like a freaking junkyard dog. Of course he believes in the First Amendment. He's laughing at you in his own right. And you notice this, no hate, no fear, immigrants are welcome here. You guys always seem to forget the word that is most important in those sentences. The word illegal. It may not rhyme. Like there's some words that I can help you that can rhyme with illegal. Beagle. Regal.
Spiegel.
Schmiegel. Ow. Golem.
My precious.
That's
what they need to do. Somebody needs to dress up as Schmiegel, and those illegal immigrants need to be their precious.
That was stupid. Don't ever try anything. Don't ever do any unsolicited jokes again. No, I'm kidding. It was great. The problem is I'm with you. There are plenty of things, but you always forget the word illegal. It absolutely is ridiculous. Here's the rest of this stupid video. Shame. I love how it. Hold on. I love how it quiets down at the end. Mm-hmm. As like once he leaves, like, okay, guys, we've done our part. Let's go ahead and move on. Give me a break. This is so stupid. Why?
It's not doing anything but annoying him. He's not going to go, oh, let me change the policy because a bunch of New Yorkers yelled at me. Yeah, let's go do that.
What are they trying to achieve? What benefit do people have having illegal immigrants in their country?
I don't get it. Do these New Yorkers, have they not looked at their taxes lately? Have they not looked at how much? I think every New Yorker needs to go and look at their taxes, and whoever get their taxes done through, it needs to be itemized on what this much money and this percentage of my taxes I paid to the state and the federal government went to this. And I guarantee when they see how much money they had to pay in taxes that went to illegal immigrants, I don't think they're going to be singing that same song and being very happy about it.
Well, I don't think they care about any of that. Like, because this is the problem with Democrats. They're upset. Okay, we're going to go over to this later, but they're pissed off that Donald Trump is trying to end a war. Two of them. They're upset that they're trying to balance the budget and cut taxes. They're upset that a clean continued resolution is going onto the table. They're upset that they want better results in education. They're upset that they want fair trade. What do the Democrats stand for? You know what the Democrats stand for? The opposite of what Republicans want.
Anything against Donald Trump, the opposite of Donald Trump. That's what they stand for. That is their platform now.
Can I just tell you how boring these people are?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been doing this for 4 years, and and the fact that I'm not out of material yet, it
should be called the TDS party, not the Democrat Party anymore, because that's pretty much what it is.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Trump derangement syndrome. Angela Ashkins, $20. Thank you, Angela. $21.10. Sorry.
That is what it should be called, because that's all it is. That's what they stand for. Anything opposite of Donald Trump, what he says, and anything he stands for, they stand for the opposite. And that's all they do right now.
You know, watching the 5 today, we heard that Jesse said that there will never be another Democrat president. And Greg was chiming in on that as well. And I don't think that's true. I think this will be a re-envisionment of the Democrat Party. Like the blue-collar, I think the independents are going to become stronger. I think the independents and the blue-collar Democrats, the non-progressive, just the liberals, and the conservative moderates have a really good chance of forming a party. And I don't believe that they're going to win the presidency. That's 3 or 4 decades off. I'm not kidding. In order for another political party to enter the fray, you have to start with a local and state government. And independents started increasing around, you know, Ron Paul and Ross Perot. You started to see these constitutionalist independents. You saw the Tea Party born out of Ron Paul's movement. And you started seeing independents, especially in the early 90s, really start taking some Senate and House seats. And they gained some steam. I think at one point they had 7 to 11, maybe 12 seats in the Senate, which is respectable for a third party. It's one of the largest third party representations ever. But now I think there's a lot of people who are disenfranchised with the right and left and have no political party. And there is a very good opportunity for the independent platform, the constitutionalist platform, to libertarians to expand their influence inside the government and start making meaningful change. This isn't the first time. We've talked about how many parties there have been throughout history, and it's something we're probably going to talk about on Friday. But from the Bull Moose Party to the Federalists to the Anti-Federalists and the Monroe Party, and you've got so many different evolutions of political representation in our country that it's about time that something else happens. But the Democrats, they don't have a party platform. They're very reminiscent of 2014. 2014 Tea Partiers were get Obama and deregulate everything, and that was it. And you can sit here and pretend that they had some foreign policy. They didn't. They were isolationists. But truly, the Democrats, they don't have anything. When Donald Trump's gone, what are they going to do? Hey, guys, we were just kidding. My first name sounds like Angel I Matt. But it says Angela.
I'm wondering. I know. I'm wondering if...
Should I call you Angel Gala?
Do you want me to put Angel Eyes in donations from now on? And if anyone wants me to do a different name than what is on the donation, just put it in notes.
Start including your pronouns.
Yes, put it in notes.
What are we doing?
Because everyone knows there's Angel Eyes. That's why.
Well, I know it's Angel Eye. But if it says Angela Ashkins, out of respect, I'm assuming you have it as Angela Ashkins for a reason. I'm going to say Angela. I didn't know
that was her.
I did. I can see her picture. I've known Angel since God was a corporal. But I'm just going to, sometimes people don't, like Megan here. Megan Sexton. She doesn't want to know that, people don't want to know that her real name is Meg Sex Kitten. And if they find that out, they're going to go to her OnlyFans and we're going to have trouble. So, anyway, so no problem. I'm just tired of, it doesn't matter what it is. Every single thing is just the end of the world and everybody's going to die. And, it's doom and gloom. I mean, he got a peace treaty with Ukraine, or he got a ceasefire with Ukraine. And you know what they said? Oh, he didn't do that. It's like Obama. They didn't earn that. Do donations go in via PayPal? Yeah, you can do donations through PayPal. All you do is thedumbshow.com/donate. Use PayPal, use Venmo, or you can mail it to us, and that's how you do it. Anything else that we're missing here? Because this seems to be an epidemic, Livy. Because watch this one. This is a perfect example. This is Larson. He's a big D. You know what I mean by that. And they're doing a Doge oversight discussion because, there has to be oversight on Doge because every single private attaché or liaison or advisor of the president needs to have an oversight hearing. You know what they're trying to do, but watch this guy. This guy is he's going to have an episode, a pulmonary embolism if he is not careful. I mean, just look at this guy's face.
Where's the independence of the committee? Where's the legislature? We're an equal branch of government. And you start off with a blather, and yet look at the empty seats here. Where's Elon Musk? I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so eminent, why isn't he here explaining it? You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security. Where's the independent?
I was expecting right there to him start telling jokes and bring out the little finger and Louis Blackett, because that's what he reminded me of.
Oh, he did sound like Louis Blackett.
Personal ball.
Right.
That's what I was.
Fire. ball.
I was waiting for the joke because that's totally what he reminded me of.
But what's the
point?
Can someone please in the nine hells tell me why in any way, shape, or form? Yenny, I'm going to skin you. No, Yennefer. Yenny. Yennefer.
Oh, she's in front of you. She's trying to get attention. She's telling you how displeased she was that you left the dog and the cat home by themselves today for the first time.
She was. So why would Elon Musk want to privatize Social Security?
I don't think he would. I mean, it cracks me up how everyone's like, he's trying to steal your money. He's the richest man in the world. He doesn't give a crap about how much money you have. He could care less.
I promise, couldn't care less. If he could care less, it shows that he could actually care some.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Sorry, I'm retentive. So, Elon Musk has more money than Social Security actually processes out every single year. There is no reason for him to privatize Social Security. It doesn't benefit him in any way, shape, or form. Elon Musk is providing a service, and the only service that he is doing is exposing the Democrats for how hypocritical they are.
That's why they're freaking out.
Well, what do you mean?
It's because all of their crappy spending and everything they've been doing, all their lies are going to come out. And all the crap they've been getting away with for God knows how many years, whoops, it's going to come out. And that's the whole reason they didn't want Donald Trump in office, because they knew he was going to do this. What do
you think as far as, Amy, 1080, smiley face, she says. Outstanding.
It was an actual smiley face, but I can't put in emojis or any
By the way,
special symbols.
Curse words are legal now.
Oh, cool.
So you don't have to censor anymore.
Nice. But I cannot put in any type of special character like parentheses or quotations or anything, and I can't put any like emojis. So
if I went back and I showed you, how many hours do you think I could find with Democrats praising Elon Musk as the person who is going to save the United States, save the world, save America, with his clean energy, with his unbelievable, just innovative rockets to go to Mars and colonize Mars, and was an absolute hero 3 years ago.
Oh, I guarantee there's hundreds of hours of it. Just like they loved Donald Trump at one point.
Do you know what they're doing to all over the country when it comes to his dealerships?
They're setting stuff on fire in the parking lots or something. Is that right?
Yeah, it's domestic terrorism.
Yeah, and they all need to be arrested and put them in there like they did the J6ers.
Yeah. So here's a video.
What the? Wait, but what are they doing? What is this? Whoa, what the hell? Wait, what is this?
I love these people that are like, what's going on? What's going on? What are you doing? What's going on? I don't understand.
What the hell? Wait, what are you doing to this guy?
What's going on?
My name's Frankie, and I'm getting arrested today protesting.
Oh my God, what's going on?
Office. He bought his way into heading a government agency. He bought his power at the expense of the American people.
Psycho check, psychos!
At the expense of our world and all of the people in it.
What the?
I can't stand him. So, do you remember the 6 charging stations that Biden put in for the infrastructure bill?
Yeah.
The 6.
Oh my God, what's going on?
Where he had like 60 million for charging stations. He put in 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like each one of them came to like $10 million
I thought it was
a
like
piece.
Billion.
Oh no, it was a lot. It was
like $4 billion or something. Had.
over a period of time, absolutely. But the initial charging station was like $60 million for the budget, and they put in $6 million. They were like $10 million a piece. That's my point. Oh yeah, it was in the B's. But this one project, can you fix your clock? It's an hour slow, not anymore. I already fixed it.
Did you?
Yeah, it's 1940.
Okay.
I already fixed it. See?
I was just going to say I didn't know that was the one clock we didn't fix.
And it was daylight savings times. Cut us some slack. We're kind of busy here. We're trying to create good product, not necessarily be. We've got a clock right in the center top of the screen. But you're right. It annoyed me. I fixed it already. But thank you for asking, James Kenny the second. So this is what they're doing. And they are vandalizing and destroying. Look at this. Look how many cars are gone. Just lit on fire.
They totally need to be arrested and put in jail.
Yeah,
these are domestic terrorism.
These are mostly peaceful car burnings, by the way.
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly. Look at this shit.
I'm kind of happy I don't drive a Tesla right now.
The problem is these are Democrats who own these things. We don't buy Teslas. Just because Donald Trump bought a Tesla, it's the same thing with the vaccine. Nobody's going to buy a Tesla because nobody got the vaccine because Trump pushed them and still pushes the damn things. Nobody's going to get a Tesla. These are Democrats who own Teslas. And you know what's going to happen? You're just trashing the people who support him. It's like when people come on and attack my page. I'm like, hey, bro, peace. I'm a Trumpian. MAGA for life, brah. Come on now. But this is what they're doing now. And what they're also doing is they're going outside and they're slapping Nazi stickers on the back of the vehicles when people are driving. Look at this. Look at this right here.
I just can't believe how stupid people are.
Dude, if I catch you doing that to my car, hi, Adeline, something's going to happen. I don't know what it is because I'm not going to say it because I get threats all the time.
Hey, you can see Facebook chat now.
No, I can't.
Adeline's on Facebook.
I know that, but I've got it open in a window and it's very, very it's very small.
Got it. Okay.
It's hard to see. So no, I don't have chat. So, but they are Democrat Teslas. They're not ours. I don't know any Republican with a Tesla. I can't even think of one. One of my old coworkers, maybe. But come on, it's just ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And I don't want to sit up here and just be like, oh, I'm outraged. I'm not outraged. I mean, whatever. You gotta convey your emotions in any way, shape, or form. And sometimes you just gotta burn shit down, I guess. But it's funny how Republicans don't do it. January 6th, dude, you're a liar. You're right. You got us one. 240 plus years of history, and Republicans rioted once. A group of twat waffles. They were all feds. No, they weren't. But that's okay. You can say they are. The whole point is this, is we don't own Teslas. So the whole argument about this, Liv, is Donald Trump had some things to say. And he was very upfront, very honest, and said that essentially the way that they're boycotting and going around this is terrorism. Because when Dick's Sporting Goods decided to go ahead and stop carrying firearms, we took back our elliptical. And that's my protest. Now, they forgot to go pick it up, and we own the same exact one. But the moment that they banned firearms in Dick's, I called them up and I said, come get this thing out of my house. I just bought an elliptical for $1,200. I want it out of here. And they're like, okay, we're going to refund your money. We'll pick it up in like a week. I'm like, okay, great. Well, they never picked it up. And I'm not going to call them because you banned firearms. Is that dishonest? Sure. But we were also young and we needed the elliptical. But the point is that I didn't go burn Dick's Sporting Goods down. I didn't burn my own dick off in protest. Okay? I didn't spray a Nazi tattoo on my penis. I decided to not shop there anymore. And people have done that with Bud Light. They've done it with Target. Olivia and I didn't boycott Target. The reason we didn't boycott Target is they have exceptional prices on food, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's cheapest in town on most things. But I mean, Republicans our boycott is we don't buy the products anymore. Like Bud Light, stop buying the product. Target, most people stop shopping there. That's our boycott. I mean, we don't go and burn the Target down and go burn Bud Light displays down. We just don't buy it, and that's it.
Right. And someone said that the program was $7.5 billion. Like I said, it was in the billions, but that wasn't my point. The 6 charging stations that he put up averaged out like $9 to $10 million per charging station. That was my point. I know what he set aside. This guy set aside how many billions of dollars for internet? He didn't lay one inch of fiber optic cable. So I get it.
We have a 11-year-old boy in the house, which means we can't say the name Dick's Sporting Goods without a snicker coming out of his mouth.
Who?
Amy said Dick's Sporting Good with the smile laughing emoji. I'm just thinking Ethan. Anytime I say Dick's or we see it in Leesburg, he giggles.
Oh, Amy's a 11-year-old boy? I don't understand.
Amy just said she was laughing about the name, and I said, we have an 11-year-old boy that anytime I say the name Dick's Sporting Good or he sees the name when we go past the store, he laughs because it's Dick. Because he's a boy.
Whatever.
Okay, anyway, so...
You were a boy at one point.
No, I get it now, but I just thought you said... Okay, here it is. Here is the whole MSNBC focus on this and what they have to say, and then we'll talk about it.
But then you also overnight have this post claiming that protests at Tesla dealerships are illegal. He said today he would label violence against dealerships domestic terrorism. Now, you know I am judicious in how I play this sound, but I think you need to hear it from him.
Have we had other donations besides the 52?
Yeah,
okay,
I put in
just relax.
3.
Liv, you get really frustrated.
Yeah, sorry.
You need to stop.
I've put
This
in
is a
3.
new thing, and we're trying to figure it out. Just relax. Don't get frustrated. It's just not refreshing. Okay, that didn't work. Let me figure this out. Where is the goal? That's the bottom one. And this one should refresh. Okay, I just have to refresh it. Just remind me, and I'll figure out why it's not working. Okay?
All right, let me make sure that is the correct amount. We've had 3.
83.90, Liv. Are we good?
Yep, I think so.
Okay, I'm going to play this.
Talks about some of the violence that's been going on around the country at dealerships. Some say they should be labeled domestic terrorists.
I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. Let me tell you, you do it to Tesla and you do it to any company, we're going to catch you and you're going to go through hell.
So just to be clear, you protest a private company, you are labeled by this administration a domestic terrorist.
Oh my God, that's not what he said. You said your words were important. Okay, let's listen to this twat waffle because she's like, listen, I'm very, very clear here. My words are very important to me. I know a lot of big words. By the way, green makes you look fat, lady. Sorry, that wasn't very nice.
Now, you know I am judicious in how I play this sound. You know I am judicious in how I play this sound. You know I am judicious in how I play this sound.
Liv, please look up the word judicious and explain to everybody what it means before I tell them. Let me know what you find.
Okay. Judicious. I should ask Hayden how to spell it.
Yeah, she'll say gorilla.
Exactly. Using or showing judgment as to action or practical expediency, discreet, prudent, or politic.
Prudence. Keyword being prudence. Using discretion. Using thing with logical deduction versus emotional. So let's listen to her say it again.
Domestic terrorism. Now, you know I am judicious in how I play this sound. Overnight, have this post claiming that protests at Tesla dealerships are illegal. He said today he would label violence against dealerships.
Violence. Okay, let's do it again, because she judiciously is missing the point. Here it is.
Also overnight have this post claiming that protests at Tesla dealerships are illegal. He said today he would label violence against dealerships domestic terrorism. Now, I am judicious.
Violence against domestic terrorism. Fair enough? Okay, great. So let's listen to what Donald Trump says.
The president talks about some of the violence that's been going on around the country at dealerships. Some
violence at dealerships.
Say they should be labeled domestic terrorists.
They should be labeled domestic terrorists because of violence against dealerships.
I'll do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company.
Trump says he will label violence against Tesla as domestic terrorism. It's in the headline. It's in bold. How judicious can you be when you lie about what was said?
Let me tell you, you do it to Tesla and you do it to any company, we're going to catch you and you're going to go through hell.
So just to be clear, you protest a private company.
Just to lie, just to Jen Psaki this up, who used to wear green. You're the new Peppermint Patty without the red hair. I don't know if the carpet matches the drapes. You never know. I didn't check that closely. Just to be clear, how do you know a Democrat's lying? Number one, their mouth is open. Second, when you listen to them, they say, just to be clear. I'm just saying, let's go ahead and be honest here.
Company, you are labeled by this administration a domestic terrorist. But then you also overnight.
Liv, come on.
She's stupid.
Help me out here.
Help
me out.
Well, it's
psycho check, psychos.
Pretty much. They're used to lying, so why stop now? I mean, they've been doing it for 8 years, so more than that. But to be completely honest, I think violent protesters should always have been domestic terrorists. When they set frickin' City Hall on fire in Oregon and Minnesota, and anyone that riots like that and destroys property, sets anything on fire, hurts anyone, hurts police officer, or breaks into any building, whether it be a business or a residence, they should be a domestic terrorist.
Preach. Don't stop.
No ifs, and or buts. I mean, that's what they should be. And the fact that they aren't, and half of them aren't even arrested, just blows my mind. But I hope Trump passes the law, because it needs to happen. And all these, hopefully, these riots and demonstrations will eventually stop. But.
Turn to page 28 in your notebooks, folks, in your brand new Constitution of the United States of America, which you can actually get signed by Olivia, Leroy, myself, and Amy, possibly just Amy, Olivia, and I, because we might have to order a second run. But you'll at least get 3 autographs, absolutely free of charge, when you go pick this up. 164 pages, full Constitution of the United States, has the Bill of Rights, all the amendments, the entirety of the Constitution, a picture of the Constitution, a beautiful inlay with the presidential seal, and then all the way in the back, it has every framer's biography with a picture of them. It's fantastic. And it's on sale over at thedumbshow.com. You can also get other things. A lot of the female shirts I added back today. We still are missing about 90%. I'm working on it every day. But there is plenty of other things like coffee and books and jackets and fun stuff, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Liz, I'm going to go ahead and read the First Amendment, sweetheart, because what are the 5 things in the First Amendment?
Right to free speech, freedom of religion, freedom to protest, freedom... Oh, gosh.
Press.
Freedom of the press.
Right to assemble.
Right to assemble. There we go.
That's very good, Liv.
Thanks.
3 out of 5 is solid.
3 out of 5. They might have
You're going to
known.
get some extra heavy petting tonight.
Thank you.
Amendment 1. Because I want to make sure I hear violent protest is covered under the Constitution. Congress shall make no law representing an establishment of religion. There's your first one. Or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Where was violence in there? What about judiciously? Was judiciously in there? I'm not sure. I think violence injudiciously weren't on page 28, but glad you followed around with your books.
Karen Vera asked, I wonder if they had a permit to protest at the Tesla dealership.
Well, that's the point.
If you didn't have a permit, then it's illegal.
Well, you can't protest on private property. It's non-permittable, which means that it's not a legal protest. If you go, like, you can't shoot people who come on a private property of a business, but if they do a sit-in, you have every right to have them forcibly removed from the police department. You can't protest on private property. She's an idiot. Not only that, but you can't violently protest. That's not the way it works. Businesses refuse the right to serve, and it's constitutionally protected in 1973, and I can't remember the name of the court or the name of the case, but it doesn't matter. You have a right to remove people and refuse service. You can't do it based upon color of skin or religion or sexual disposition, those type of things. But if someone's not wearing shoes, they don't have to be there. If someone is using drugs, they can't be there. If someone is carrying a firearm, you can refuse them service. It's pretty simple. But for these people to say judiciously, give me a break. You're about as biased as every other fat neo-Nazi cow who has been on MSNBC, and it doesn't matter how many of them retire. It doesn't matter how many Joy Reids you have. They all share the same brain. They all share the same hive mind. It is absolutely a poison that is bred into these people with indoctrination, that anything that is not their idea is worth it to lie, cajole, and deceive in order to destroy. It's what they do.
How do these people sleep at night?
I don't know.
And how do they look themselves in the face in the mirror?
I don't know. I would never do this.
Proud of themselves.
I would never do this.
I don't get it.
This is why we have the balls to sit up here and ask for donations every night. Because you know what? We don't betray your trust. I'll call out the right. I called out Thomas Massie. I've been getting a lot of shit for it. People have been coming after me all day. Oh, you hate Thomas Massie. You're a rhino. No, I'm not. You think I'm a rhino? Okay, you know what? Let's just do it. You know what? Let's do it.
Who called you a rhino?
Everybody. Everyone. Thomas Massie's a hero. He's blah, 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 blah. He's done more for the conservative, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right, so Thomas Massie's a Republican. He's 96%. He votes for the Constitution. Oh, really? Well, that's really interesting, considering that like 87% of the legislation has nothing to do with the Constitution of the United States, and there aren't unless you propose a new amendment. So give me a break, which happens once in a blue moon. But what doesn't happen is regular voting. And here is Thomas Massie's voting record. Here are all the Democrats and Republicans. And just to be fair, this is from January 4, 2021 and to March 10th, 2025. Here is Thomas Massie's voting record with Republicans. It's almost down the middle. Almost down the middle. It's 56.1%. Okay? So all these flyers that you see way out on the side here, those are all people who have voted more in line. He is just as much in line with Democrats as he is with Republicans. That's Thomas. Oh, don't you dare show facts. You take your ideological principles and stuff them up your rhino butt. That's what some guy said today. It's not ideological principles for me to give you the facts. If you don't like them, that means your ideology, you're literally what you're saying I am. You're an ideologue. And your ideology refuses to allow you to understand that your feelings don't matter. Thomas Massie is an opportunist in his voting record. He didn't vote with Trump. During Trump's tenure, 9 pieces of votable legislation came across his desk that were directly related to Trump. Thomas Massie voted against every one of them. Every one of them. And he's going to vote against the continued resolution right now. Right now. Here it is.
How was his voting record on getting the cabinet through?
I that's a great question. I know he opposed 1 or 2, I believe. Let me find out. I thought he did. But that doesn't matter. The point is when push comes to shove with legislation, constitutionally, that's easy to say. That's constitutionally has things to do with like freedom of speech, has to do with things like gun law, has to do with search and seizure law. Those things come through and those bills are co-sponsored and that's fine. That's great. He's a rock star. It's like 96%. What's interesting is on non-election years, though, it's not 96%. It's like 72. He's actually like an 81 to 86 constitutionally. But remember, a lot of these are Heritage Foundation and others who pump up Republicans, but aren't really there to accurately represent what they do as far as their voting record. But I just showed you. Those are on the record vote by vote.gov. They are tabulated, calculated, and presented in a database, and then you get yourself a flow chart that shows you where you place in a heat index. That's it. Now, is Thomas Massie a bad guy? No, I've already said he's not a bad guy, but that doesn't matter. I don't care if I want to have a drink with him or if I want to go ahead and play foosball with him. I want to foosball. Play that foosball, Bobby Boucher. I'm not here to trounce on Thomas Massie. I'm here to say that he's wrong. And I'm with Bongino. Thomas Massie of Kentucky has a history of voting independently, sometimes opposing his party's positions. For instance, in 2018, remember, I just said this from memory and now I'm looking it up. Just so you know, Matt's full of I'm going to show you right now that I do. And watch this. And if you don't think, if I'm a rhino, you can go. Okay?
I heard what you said.
For instance, in 2018, he voted with his party 78% of the time. On divisive votes and aligned with President Trump's preferred outcome 43% of the time. He voted with Trump 43% of the time. During Trump's second term, some of his cabinet nominees faced significant scrutiny. RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, DNI, Director of National Intelligence. So give me a break. Massie opposed in February 2025. He voted against the budget bill supporting Trump's legislative agenda already. Now, in March, just now, the GOP-led spending bill, which is the CR, continuing resolution, he's voting against. He votes against Trump on everything. He didn't endorse Trump until 2 weeks before the general election. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Do it, Liv.
2 weeks.
Perfect Total Recall. Get your ass to Mars.
I can't do as many as you can, but I can do that one. That's about it.
What happened to your 5 kids, Benny? So don't give me this crap that I'm a rhino because I tell the truth about people. And if Thomas Massie wants to come on my show, bring it on. I'd love to have him. And I'll treat him with the utmost love and respect. But I'm going to ask him the question, why do you hate Trump? You didn't endorse him for 2 weeks. You talked massive shit about him. And if you don't think he did talk trash about him, I showed this last night. And I'm going to show it again because it's important, damn it. It's important to hold these people accountable that we emulate. That we say are good people. People that we respect. People that we want. We want more Thomas Massies. We want more of these guys because they're true patriots. They're true constitutionalists. I showed you guys this when it was live, when he did this at a event with Ron DeSantis. Well, he also did it on Tucker Carlson's show. But I don't do mainstream stuff. I want to see them in their element. So here it is. Here it is. Here's the constitutionalist of all constitutionalists. The head cheese. The primo umo numero uno. Whatever that means. Here it is.
It's Trump. So I let it go to voicemail. So then, like 30 seconds later, I get a call from that same number. I'm like, doesn't he know I'm busy? So I let it go to voicemail. 3 times it went to voicemail. And I thought, well, he'll leave a message. And so a 4th call, somebody left a message and said, you need to call the president back. So they yielded some time, and I knew they couldn't snap the ball. So I walked out and I called the White House switchboard back.
A lot of people want to know what the political makeup of Thomas Massey's district. It's Kentucky. It is Trump country through and through, and he has won by landslides. Even in 18, when Trump didn't endorse him, Trump's calling for him to be primaried now. And even when Trump didn't endorse him, and Trump opposed, I can't remember the guy's name, Tom something or other. Maybe I'm wrong on that name, but it doesn't matter. Went ahead and opposed Massey. Massey mopped the floor with him. He's very popular. I don't know why. I like the way he talks. I like how smart he is. I just think that he's like Ron Paul. He's a snake in the grass. Or Rand Paul. I think Rand Paul's a snake in the grass too.
And this voice comes on. I'm coming at you like you've never seen. Never in your life before have you seen the way in which I will come at you. I'm more popular than you in Kentucky, and you know it. I'm going to back your primary opponent, and you're going to lose. So then I tried to explain this is constitutional. Like, you can't spend $2 trillion with nobody here. And Mr. President, it's going to pass anyway. So he started screaming at me for like 3 solid minutes. And the more I tried to speak, the more he screamed. And he goes, no, this is the 2nd time you've done this. And I was immediately hopeful because I'd done it like 8 times and he forgot. On the fake Obamacare repeal, I didn't go along with that. That was fake. They were not going to let you buy affordable insurance. That was a fake repeal. I would not let them do that either. But he had forgotten about that. But anyways, he repeated it all, and everybody hated me. Nancy Pelosi went on TV, MSNBC, and called me a dangerous nuisance.
That was a combination of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, it's not the
That
best.
was a really bad impersonation.
It wasn't the best. But once again, I'm not here to trounce on him. I'm just here to give you the truth. And this is everybody. Everyone goes Trey Gowdy. You watch him on Sunday. Trey Gowdy's amazing. Trey Gowdy was a unipartier, just like Jason Chaffetz, just like Paul Ryan, Michelle Bachmann. These were the 2014 non-Republicans. They were a bunch of neocons. Thomas Massey is a holdover of that. He is not a Reagan Democrat. He's not a Reagan Republican. He's not a blue dog Democrat. He's not a moderate. Because he talks like a Republican. He walks like a Republican. He looks like a Republican. Constitutionally, he votes like a Republican, but he is anti-Republican in his votes. He does not support Israel in any way, shape, or form. He has voted down every piece of legislation to keep funding and supplying Israel. So, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just here to tell you the truth. But what's hilarious is you guys call Liz Cheney, who voted 93% of the time with Donald Trump, was ranked number 11 out of senators and state legislature for time served under Trump, voted with him 93% of the time, and then called her a rhino. You know what? She wasn't a rhino. She was disloyal, and she had animus against Donald Trump with J6 and wanted to destroy him. It doesn't make her a rhino. I'm sorry. She's not a rhino. You want to know who a rhino is? By all intents and purposes, Thomas Massey. I hate to say it, but if you don't vote with Republicans, you're a fucking rhino. You're a Republican and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with Thomas Massie being an independent. Be an independent. Drop off the R in your name and become an independent. And he will be one of the best independents we've ever seen because he votes down the middle. And I'm okay with that. But just don't tell me that you're going to pee on me and tell me it's raining. Okay? Don't sit here and promise me the moon and the stars and give me a box of Lucky Charms. Okay? Because Lucky Charms has moons and stars in it, Liv.
Yes.
What was the thing?
Thomas Griffiths said, the wife and I had a challenge to see what the kids preferred to eat for dinner. And I asked who won. I haven't had a response
Their kids
yet.
or our kids?
Their kids.
Oh. What challenge is that? You've known your kids for how long? Shouldn't you just know? Like if I had to, like my kids, like what do they want for dinner? I would know right away. I'd be like, oh, this is what we're getting for Ethan. This is what we're getting for Hayden. Hayden would be the Mexican restaurant, and Ethan would be anything that's fast food. Doesn't matter what it is. He loves everything. Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Subway. It doesn't matter. Taco Bell, doesn't matter. Not that we do that.
Taco Bell's Hayden's favorite.
Yeah. Hayden! Cometh, heareth, child of mine. She's going to lie just because she's really likes you more now. I used to be her favorite. Not anymore. She loves you because you look like her now, and she's like totally, oh my God, I love my mommy. Hayden. Hi. Question, honey. If you had a choice to have Taco Bell or that Mexican restaurant that we went to, the bomb, which one would you go to? Get out of my room, you traitorous lech!
I told you.
I would choose Taco Bell over saving a baby's life.
Oh my God! Did you hear that?
Understand.
I heard it. Get out of here.
Oh my
I don't like you anymore.
goodness.
Remember when you used to side with me? Remember when I was your favorite?
Well, I didn't know it was that. I love that Mexican restaurant.
Get out of my room. Get out of my room.
Every single time, anytime we're together in Leesburg or anywhere else, can we get Starbucks? Can we get Taco Bell?
Okay, all right.
Every
Fair
single
enough.
time.
Folks, we are at $83.90 on our goal. We are going to be going into B Block. Can I just be transparent? We got to figure out this donation thing waiting last minute. It stresses me out. If you are one of those that like to wait till the end, please don't. Please, let's just hit our goal and get the hell out of here so I can stop talking about it. We'll be right back.
The Dumb Show is built on real conversations, raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Big Tech didn't like that. Facebook pulled our funding, tried to shut us down. But for over a year, you, our incredible viewers, have kept us going. Your support, your donations, your time, it all matters. Most of you spend 10 plus hours a week with us. Compare that to Netflix, maybe 5 hours a month. We believe we're worth that time, and we hope you do too. But listen, we don't want giving to feel like a burden. We want it to feel good. So take a second to ensure you're in a good spot. If you're in a place to give, that will be amazing. If not, just liking and sharing helps more than you know. Visit thedumbshow.com/donate. Whether it's PayPal, Venmo, or mail, every bit helps to keep us going. Dumb Nation. We appreciate you more than words can say.
No, I don't feed my child Taco Bell, but occasionally, if they want to go get a bean burrito or a Big Mac, who cares?
You can
hold on a second. You can eat anything. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. No, you interrupted me. You can eat anything in moderation. Anything. There's nothing wrong with a Big Mac once in a while. There's nothing wrong with a burrito once in a while. Okay? There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I have my cheat days. Actually, I don't have my cheat days anymore because I've been really good. Because you don't get this with cheat days. Shut up, Hayden. Traitor. Liv, go ahead. I'm sorry that you interrupted me.
Oh, she never eats the actual meat. She gets a bean burrito, and that's all she'll eat from there.
Straight beans and
Shut up, Hayden. Cream. Hayden, nobody cares. Leave. Get out of the room.
Hi, Ash.
Traitor. So, no. Listen, the one thing that we forbid the children is soda. They cannot have soda. We will not do high fructose corn syrup in this house. We have zero high fructose corn syrup in this house at all. Zero, zilch, nada. But we may go, like we go to Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, but we don't do McDonald's. We don't do Taco Bell. We don't do Burger King and shit like that ever. Right?
Nope. They really need to open a salada here.
Oh my God, I'd kill for a salada. See, that's what I would. All right, folks. Dylan Mulvaney has something to say.
Ooh, Yay.
Dylan Mulvaney's back from their depressive state. Hi, where we thought Dylan was going to off himself.
Where did Dylan move to? Did they Peru? They moved back, right?
I don't know what the hell Dylan's doing. I really don't follow Dylan this much enough to know. But Dylan says
Thomas, who drinks ginger ale? Gross. Not even ginger
Canadians,
ale.
eh?
Ugh, ginger ale. I had it once, never again.
Ginger ale, Canada Dry is good, eh? I think it's very, very, so it's all about when it comes to ginger ale. Yeah, betcha. Yeah, it's good. I like Canada Dry. With a little bit of Seagram 7 and a lime. It's good stuff. Love it.
You got to end everything. Sounds like in a question, though. All your sentences.
That's what I just did. I really don't know what you're saying, eh? Stop being a hoser. Okay? And anyway, Dylan Mulvaney. Now, is it okay for us to go to Dylan Mulvaney now, or do we have to do something else there, Olivia?
Senor.
Now you're mixing metaphors. You got to stop doing that. If you can't talk like a Canadian, then you got to find another show.
That was like an Irish Canadian.
That's
right
not
there.
it's not an Irish an Irish Canadian will be like something like this.
I thought that was Scottish.
No. Scottish is like you can't understand this thing. And they could just cut off the vowels. And you just say, so that's the difference. So, what are you doing? Why are you challenging my impersonation? This is going to be a long night.
Foreplay.
Oh, yeah, foreplay. That's really good. Dylan Mulvaney has something to say, Libby. She says it's a shame some people don't see him as a woman.
Oh.
See him as a woman? Doesn't that kind of Anyway, here it is. Can I just say Dylan looks good? It really challenges my masculinity when Dylan looks like Katharine Hepburn.
We've gotten some work done.
It really is frustrating because it makes my penis confused.
Well,
and it doesn't know what to do.
It actually looks like a woman. Doesn't have the big froey hair and the massive makeup and all this crap. It's actually like an everyday.
Werner's ginger ale is just fabulous. I like Werner's too. Canada Dry, Werner's, all good. Yep, just ordinary Godzilla fan. I think Gojira. Oh, Gojira. Here in Michigan, we have Werner's ginger ale, and it's delicious. Always had it and still do when we get sick. Oh yeah. Bitters and 7-Up is pretty much, that's all it is, and that's good too. Whenever I used to get a tummy ache, I would do bitters and 7, and that was fantastic.
I think the cat missed me today.
The cat always misses
or
you.
she's tattling on you for leaving her alone with the dog.
The dog was outside. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Oh, really? I thought she was inside.
No, dog was outside the whole time, and she gave her a bone and let her go outside. She loved it. Came home, she tackled me, and that was it. All right, let's listen to what Dylan Mulvaney has to say. No, my penis is not confused. Knock it off, okay? It's called trying to service the tip. Here it is.
What we're living through is something that in the history books will be written about, and I want to make sure that my piece of it is advocacy. And it's interesting because people often put me as an activist when I'm really just a musical theater girl who now wrote a book. But I think if I was to be able to speak directly to trans people, I would tell them that the parts of us that they are attacking are the best parts of us, and that it's what makes us special and is magic. And hopefully they can see that. And if the folks who maybe don't see me as a woman, which is such a shame, but I just hope that they can find a trans person who they can connect with to see that we are not monsters, that we're not trying to hurt anyone.
Nobody cares.
And that we're really just doing our best the same as everyone else.
I don't think you're monsters. You're delusional, but you're not monsters.
Yeah, I this is crazy. By the way, I can see Facebook comments again. I'm very, very happy. Go ahead, Liv.
I don't know why they have to shout to the world that they're trans and that they need to advertise it to everyone they meet. And everything they do is based on them being a transgender. And then they get frustrated when you don't believe them.
Right.
It's like me. I'm a brunette naturally. But I'm going to go into public and say, I'm a blonde. everyone needs to think I'm a blonde. I want to be a blonde and I identify as a blonde, so therefore I'm a blonde. And when somebody says, don't even start, nope, shut your mouth.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Shush. I know what you're going for.
I unequivocally know that you are not a blonde.
I know, but this is.
I'm absolutely sure after thorough inspection this morning that you are not. I got a bird's eye view.
Oh my gosh! Can I finish my comment?
Can I finish? I don't know. It's up to you.
No, it's up to you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
And it's somebody who says, "No, wait, you've got brown hair. You're not a blonde. You're brunette." And then I argue with them and tell them they're wrong.
Right.
You have to believe that I'm a blonde because I'm telling you I'm a blonde, not because I have brown hair and you think I'm a brunette. No, I'm a blonde. And that's what they're doing. They're being stupid. And that's exactly what they're doing. Great. I don't care. But if I see a person on the street and they say they hold a door open for me when I go on and go in the store and it looks like a guy and I say, thank you, sir. And they get mad at me. I'm not a sir. I'm a woman. I don't care.
I'm a man.
It's whatever. I'm going to call you what you look like,
right.
and I don't see why people get so upset about it.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Exactly.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
I don't get it.
Well, you're going to love this next part because here's all I'll say. By the way, I can see Facebook comments now. Everything's working out just fine. And here we go. The other part of Dylan Mulvaney's rant, looking good with once again, the Audrey Hepburn look. It's weird.
Minus the boobs.
Yeah, there are completely no boobs.
I came out to my mom at age 4 as a girl.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did not. Maybe you did. Maybe you can go, Mom, I'm a girl. You know what your mom probably said? No, you're not. You're nuts. You're not a girl.
No, considering that in high school you were a guy. You even were an actor out of high school when you were a young adult. You were still a man. So no, you didn't come out as a girl at the age of 4.
Yes.
What did you say?
I said, I think God made a mistake and put a girl into a boy's body. And, she said, God doesn't make mistakes. But, a number of years later, we made it to where we needed to be. But I want them to know that we are not monsters. We are not trying to do anything but just get by and to live authentically. And I think anyone should, try to support someone who is just trying their best and wants to be the best version of themselves. And for me, that is absolutely my womanhood. And no matter what my passport or the administration says, I am a woman and I feel really proud of it. And that's something that I'm still learning and growing every day in.
Okay. My turn. No, my turn. No, I've been good tonight. No, it's my turn. Damn it. I'm just, what?
Sure.
We can't hear you.
Do you see the shirt?
Yes.
Didn't even know you were going to talk about Dylan Mulvaney.
I know.
I wore the perfect shirt.
That's what we did.
You're not a freaking woman.
Can I just say this? If you wouldn't have said anything, neither would have we. But you decided to come up and trivialize real women. I'm sorry. If you just would have kept your mouth shut and opened up your legs as much as you want for whoever is interested, nobody would care. Because it's been going on for a lot longer than you make it out to be, that this is some new phenom thing. Because we can go back into the Louis, we can go back into the days of Charlemagne, and transgenders and men who dress up like women are not a new thing. It's not. I mean, just look at the English frickin' Parliament with the powdered wigs and rose-colored cheeks and their derrieres that were powdered. Give me a break. These were, and had to sit on lace frilly pillows. The English. Nobody cares. You pass as a woman. Just shut up.
Nobody will know.
And everyone will say you're a woman. Nobody cares. But the moment that you go and say, you must participate in my psychosis and you must trivialize what real women go through, that's it. You're done. You're not a monster. Nobody thinks you're a monster. We think you're stupid. Kill John Russell, please. Get rid of him. Nobody is going to connect with Mrs. Madison West. Come on, John Russell. Get a picture that actually is going to entice people. Someone ban this douche plow. Enough's enough. Go ahead, Liv.
You're not a woman. I'm sorry, but...
You're not sorry. Why are you sorry?
No, I'm not sorry. No,
okay, then
I'm
don't
not
say
sorry.
it. Then don't say it. You say that to me all the time. I'm sorry. I'm like, no, you're not.
That's a good point. You are not a woman. You cannot be a woman unless you go through the issues that women go through in their life.
Right.
That makes us women.
Yes.
And you... Sorry, puberty as a woman might be great. It might be, I'm sure men have their own issues they deal with puberty, but going through freaking puberty and dealing with that and the emotions and then menopause and everything in between. No, you are not a woman.
Look, she's going to cry again. Oh, if I only had a brain.
Yep.
That's enough of that. Oh,
yeah.
More?
And I mean,
sorry.
Like you said, the people who actually he looks like a woman. And if I saw him on the street and had no idea who he was, I would think he was a woman.
I'd do him.
No issues whatsoever. Yep. I wouldn't. Nope. But you had to advertise. And it's just like, why?
You're taking attention. Something that isn't yours. Mm-hmm. You didn't earn it. All you do is throw on some lipstick and do your hair in a very lovely way. You're still not a woman.
You're an attention whore.
That's
because
it.
That's all you want.
That's
you
it.
Want attention. If you didn't, then you would just live your life in peace and be yourself.
Lop it off. Lop it off. Get some boobies and lop it off, and you'll be one step closer, but you're still not a woman. There's nothing you can do. You're a man. And you know what? Just shut up. Try to have some intrinsic value other than that you dress up like a woman, and you will be nothing. No one will listen to you. Nobody will care what you have to say because you offer nothing of value except that you want to hide your dick. I'm sorry. That is what makes up everything about you. You have no other revenue streams other than to keep playing this card.
Mm-hmm.
You also said you were a 13-year-old girl. So you've got some serious problems. You got some mental issues, and we're okay with that. That's fine. All the women on this show, including Leroy and I, have said that you are a good-looking guy who's pretending to be a woman. Good for you. Run with that. Go do some modeling. Maybe you could actually earn some money doing that, for Trans World Gazette or something. But you don't get to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And if you're going to star in a nudie, you're not going to be in Playboy. You're going to be in Playgirl because you're a guy. And that's just the way it's going to be. And nobody's going to accept you. The Democrats pretend that they don't want you either. They don't accept you. Nobody accepts you because you don't accept yourself. So when you sit here and pontificate and play these games that you just want the world to accept you, how can we accept you when you won't accept your true self? All right, good. We hadn't talked about Dylan Mulvaney in a year, so I figured it was a good time to do it. Folks, it's 8:30. We are desperately behind on our goal. Show goal is at 300, and we're at like 89.72. I'm just letting you know that doesn't even pay for the internet stream. Just want to keep you guys up to date. We'll be right back.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
Bubba says I'd end up in a weird hotel convo. Yeah, you're not kidding. This is not breaking, but this is fairly important. It seems like all the news cycles, some of the most important things aren't getting through. By the way, people are like, oh, well, Vladimir Zelensky went ahead and signed a ceasefire. Yeah, and then he launched drones into all over Russia last night. That wasn't on the news. Nobody heard that, I guess. So he's talking about a ceasefire, and then he does that. Well, then Russia retaliates, and then people are like, oh, Russia's breaking it. It's like, hello? I'm not here to defend Russia. I don't like Russia. I don't like Ukraine. I don't like either of them. Honestly, they both obliterated themselves off the earth. I think America could have a wonderful property in Europe. But I'm tired of hearing that this one-sidedness, that Ukraine is just pure as driven snow. And it's like you're rewriting history before history is done. Usually, the victor goes the spoils. That's the point of winning a war, is you get to write the history. You guys are, bless you, sweetheart, you're rewriting it right now, and it's not even over. Here is Marco Rubio,
today,
Secretary of State, and Waltz, and they're speaking after the talks with Ukraine. Listen to this.
We made an offer that the Ukrainians have accepted, which is to enter into a ceasefire and into immediate negotiations to end this conflict in a way that's enduring and sustainable and accounts for their interests, their security, their ability to prosper as a nation. I want to personally we both want to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Majesty, for hosting us, for making this possible. They've been instrumental in this process, and we're very grateful to them for hosting us here today. And hopefully we'll take this offer now to the Russians. And we hope that they'll say yes, to peace. The ball is now in their court. And but again, the president's objective here is, number one, above everything else, he wants the war to end. And I think today Ukraine has taken a concrete step in that regard. We hope the Russians will reciprocate.
All right, so you get that. Huge news. Get the Nobel Peace Prize ready. And then Harry Sisson says the following. Listen to this. By the way, Harry is sick and tired. Everyone who interacts with Harry, he would appreciate if you would stop calling him a homosexual. Okay? He doesn't appreciate it. He's hired a girl. He's showing videos of her touching him in inappropriate ways and posting on video. He is doing whatever he can to fight the closet urges to be with another man. And he wants you not to insult his sexuality, please. We'll show you a little bit of that, because anything I can do to degrade this little punk, I will do.
We have some major breaking news. Ukraine just agreed to a 30-day ceasefire with Russia in the conflict. According to Jennifer Jacobs from CBS, Ukraine has agreed to this immediate 30-day ceasefire, but Russia must agree first. The United States is going to lift the pause on intelligence sharing with Ukraine immediately and restart security assistance to Ukraine. One of Donald Trump's senior foreign policy advisors said, "We've gone from if the war is going to end to now how the war is going to end." They're currently meeting in Saudi Arabia to talk about all these things. Now, the major issue is getting Russia to actually agree. It's one thing for Ukraine to say, hey, we're interested, but getting Russia and Putin to say, yeah, we are too, totally different ballgame. Also, I'm curious as to what the conditions are for this 30-day ceasefire. Like, is Ukraine giving up something significant? We don't really know yet. We don't have the details. But another major issue I'm waiting to get details on is, how do we make sure that Russia actually follows this agreement and doesn't break it on day one? Like, what's the enforcement mechanism? So far, they haven't said anything about that. But if there is a 30-day ceasefire in Ukraine, that's a good thing. We all want this war to end. We want it to end in the right way, though, where Ukraine is actually protected in the long term.
No, I didn't hear Trump's name once. Did you?
No.
So really struggling to give Trump credit. And these TikTokers, this is who they are. Here are little clones like Dean Withers and Harry Sisson that are all coming out of the woodwork. And this is why I want to ban TikTok. Not because of freedom of speech, not because of China, just because I can't stand these little twat waffles that keep showing up. They drive me crazy. Listen to this.
Joe Rogan is becoming cringier by the episode. Yeah, it's actually sad for me to admit, but this is true. When I was 18 or 19, I was that guy who asked everybody if they'd ever heard of the Joe Rogan Experience. I never missed an episode. But as an adult, I can no longer listen to this man talk out of his ass about things that he's never researched. Especially when he goes on to claim that he has very little ego because he gets in a cold plunge in the morning. Like, I've spent maybe 100+ hours in my life studying the life of Che Guevara. After reading his 700+ page biography, I've gone as far as to try and live my life in the same way that he did. The man had the ultimate dedication to his cause, which was the cause of overthrowing Cuba's US-backed gangster puppet dictator and giving their people a better standard of life. So I'm not going to listen to some guy who's all hopped up on TRT and THC tell me that I'm not allowed to wear my Che Guevara shirt. Oh, but he was a bad guy. He unalived people. Yeah, you know who else unalived people? The US military personnel that you have on your show every month. But if you unalive people in Iraq for oil profits, Joe will treat you like a hero. But if you unalive people in a war against the dictator who's forcing your whole country to do plantation labor on behalf of the United States, then you're an evil guy. That's beyond the pale. Like, go ahead and cry and whine as much as you want, Joe. I'm still rocking my Che Guevara shirt because he would support seizing the wealth of your buddies like Peter Thiel and reinvesting it in the American working class. I'm just the last bastion of free speech over here. And these rich comedians are trying to cancel me, but they'll never cancel the legacy of El Che. Joe Rogan.
And there's a reason why Joe Rogan has a $150 million contract and you don't.
Yeah, folks, we could use some of that. Max executions without trial. Just little things about Che Guevara. He worked for Fidel Castro. It's always Bobby. This is starting to upset me. I'm gonna have to block Bobby from Yaya and Hida celebrating their 8th birthday. Well, happy birthday to both of them. Now I feel bad. I'll block you afterwards. Bobby lifts a lot for this show. We need some help. Folks, internet costs are through the roof. It is not cheap to do this show. I know how hard it is, but there's got to be a collective effort that we can all help, and a couple of bucks. It's just saying, hey, you know what? It's my turn this week. I'm going to throw in $2. It helps the show. Right now, we've got 400 people in the network. If everyone gave $1, we would crush goal. It's things like that. We got to get there. It's really getting to the point where it's a drag to constantly have to interrupt the show to say, hey, we got to get a little shot in the arm. And if we were at like $200, $250, I'd say, you know what? Great, whatever. Tonight was a slow night. But when it's 135, we're out $50. That's where it goes. So we gotta ask. We want to be like Joe Rogan too, but we're not, unfortunately. He advocated for global communist revolution, racist and homophobic beliefs. He killed homosexuals. He killed transgenders. So you want to talk about somebody who doesn't kill transgenders? Donald Trump. He destroyed Cuba's economy. He absolutely supported torture. He completely established the repressive communist state of Cuba and opened it up for Russian rule. He was always a proponent for permanent war and violence. He suppressed free speech. He was religious prosecution, abolished freedom of the press, massacred and killed religious groups. He turned against his own allies, poisoned and killed his allies. Sounds
like a pretty upstanding guy.
Guy was a piece of crap, and you got somebody. Bobby Richardson is honored in very different ways. She doesn't need to be a mud. Bobby Richardson is a investor in the show and a close personal friend of the show. But she does so much, and she saves our ass all the time, and I love that about her. But it shouldn't just be up to Bobby and a few other people. We got to get some help here when you can. But I'm not trying to push. I'm just saying it's hard when it's like 30 minutes before, and then the last 30 minutes is all talking about donations. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to find a way to get to it where we don't have to. So, and here's the thing. Every night, everyone piles on at the end. Just let's not do that anymore. If you can, don't wait. Just do it right away so we can shut it down and just not talk about it anymore. You know what I mean? That helps me so much because then I don't have to distract from the show. It's just, I know it's cute and it's fun and you guys like to do it because you get to see me get all like, you know, and then you want to surprise me and you see how appreciative I am. I'm going to be just as appreciative if we do it throughout the show. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't, don't, and never apologize. Just let's get there earlier if we can. How did Che Guevara die? Does anyone know how he died? Or am I the only one? $10.80 from the Kevster. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for chipping in and helping out. Means
I have no idea.
The world. What do you think? Take a guess.
Was he executed somehow? I don't know.
That's very good. Yeah, he was captured in Bolivia. He begged for his life. His last words were, "Don't shoot. I'm Che. I'm worth more alive than dead." And then they plugged him in the head.
Good.
And they killed him. Good. 2 hours and 20 minutes until Amy's little vacation, and I love it, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful vacation. I actually have a photograph with my good friend who lives across the way, who has a photograph of Che Guevara captured moments before his execution and sent it to my friend. We've seen it at the diner, and I want to get him on the show, and you know who I'm talking about. So get your butt on the show.
Maybe Friday. Doubtfully.
I'm gonna go. We need to ask him. Like, we all need to go over there and say, dude, you need to get on the show.
Saturday morning.
Because he would be so amazing on this show. Folks, I'm not upset about donations. I don't want us to kind of hold it till the end because it makes it hard in the last 30. You know what I mean? And then Olivia and I are having to go into overtime just to pay for the show. It's a cleanup thing. This is a janitorial thing. To the way we used to do it, and it would just boom, boom, boom. People would be like, here you go, here you go, here you go. And then we would hit it at like 8:30, and we're like, forget it. We're done. We don't even talk about it anymore. Rather do that than at the end have people go, I'm going to save the day. And then everybody pitches in. And then it's like, holy shit, well, I gave a lot at the end. So if you can, let's just, try to do it in the beginning if you want to. And if you don't want to, that's also really freaking cool, and it's no big deal. I just feel bad for Bobby. This lady does so much for us, and it's a lot. And she carries that cross. And we're going to do something super special for our big donators, but we're trying to figure out what the best thing to do is. So love y'all, appreciate y'all. Don't want you to take it any other way than positive. Anyway, that guy is complete. 1776. I love this. Deborah Boggs, thank you for all you do. Deborah, thank you. We appreciate you. I love when we do the 1776 donation. I think I'm going to change it and from $20 and make it 1776 because every time I see it, it puts a smile on my face. We'll be right back. Which one haven't I played?
Wimkin.
Thank you.
Join Wimkin.com, the social media platform built for free speech and true connection. No censorship, no algorithms controlling your feed, just genuine conversations and a commitment to protecting your rights. Sign up today at Wimkin.com and take back your voice. Tell them Matt and the Dumb Show sent you.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So since a lot of people are on right now, just so a reminder for Friday's show when Leroy's here, all four of us are going to be in the house at the same time, which is a first ever for our show. And it's just going to be like a Q&A session and reminiscing. So if you have a question for one of the hosts or all of the hosts or anything like that, please email me, olivia@thedumbshow.com, so we can get your question on the show. And pass on the word as well, please.
Sounds fantastic.
Yes. And Maud, since I'm not on the show tomorrow, if you want to write that up and then post that regularly throughout all the channels so people know, since I'm not on tomorrow, that would be fantastic.
And I would never ban Bobby. I would just go ahead and ban her from being able to donate, which I have the power to do. And that woman is like, she calls me and talks to me. And just like most people, Ashley Gleason donated $25. Thank you, Ashley. Like most of our fans, whenever we talk, they go, at the end, love you. And it's the nicest thing in the world. And I can tell you, every fan that we have, even Bubba, love you guys. It doesn't matter who it is. And we love you guys too. And I am humbled that you do it. It gets long. And the days get long. And I would rather talk about the product. I'd rather talk about the news and what's going on. So I'm sorry, I feel bad. I feel like I don't want anyone to think that I'm ungrateful.
Definitely very encouraged.
That is not where I'm coming from. CNN live in the D block. Hey. They can't give this guy any credit. And we know this, but inflation is down. Gas prices. Tell everybody how your gas prices are doing.
Gas prices are actually going down. I was down to a quarter of a tank, and I filled the rest of the tank up for $37 today. I was super excited.
What are we having for dinner with Leroy Brown on Friday?
I have no idea.
I'm probably going to pick up some steaks and cook up steak, and then we're going to go out to dinner. I don't know where we're going to go, but it's going to be a good one. We're going to have a good dinner. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to talk about the show, talk about business, where we want to go. Amy wants to step back from real estate and start doing the show full time. And really getting involved. And I think she would be great. Her and Olivia doing something together. I think that would be awesome to do a show with those two. So we're just waiting to see. I love you guys. And I see all the email chimes right now, and I know what it means. And thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. Egg prices down.
I will find out on Sunday when I go shopping.
Inflation down. Okay.
Okay.
So you're starting to see things happen. Q2 projections from Wall Street are saying that it's going to be a banging Q2. These little things, we're seeing good trends. Yes, the stock market is fluctuating, but that is not the president. That is people's confidence. And, after 4 years of a president which constantly really only saw the stock market be effective, but the rest of the frickin' economy was in the tank, they're trepidatious. They believe the bottom's going to fall out. The word recession was used in a couple of circles yesterday. It's impacting the stock market. But Q2 projections are very, very strong. Yes, Leroy and I are going to have a cigar. We're taking Leroy to Tammy's. All of that thing's true.
Yes, we are.
Suzanne says, God bless you guys for what you do. Thank you, Suzanne McGorn. That's not a first time, is it? $21.10? No. Okay, Suzanne. Thank you. Here's the video. Take a listen.
We have some good news on the economy and really the number one issue for many Americans, the cost of living.
Actually, Thomas, we have a fantastic barbecue place in Virginia. So we've got several. Virginia and barbecue is fantastic up here. We are a part of the South, bro. I know you don't think we're the South. I mean, you look at us geographically, but we are a southern state. We have very good barbecue here. So ha, 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 ha. Take that.
So we just learned that consumer prices in February increased by 2.8% year over year, 0.2% month over month. Both of these figures were a step in the right direction, and both were better than expected. So this is definitely very encouraging to see, because it's going to, I think, relieve some fears that inflation was perhaps re-accelerating, because this actually breaks a streak of 4 straight months where I think you could see it on the chart all the way to the right, where the inflation rate was going in the wrong direction, right? It was going higher and higher. Finally,
Paul, that's better than any donation right there. Because we don't get to, a lot of people go, oh, Matt's, tough exterior. He can't be hurt. This helps. You guys rock. Your perspective on news and issues of the day is so refreshing. Keep up the great work. That is better than, shut up, dog. That is better than any donation that we could get, because that's the appreciation we love to hear. It makes us feel so good, and it's got to be generic. It's got to be. It doesn't have, it has to be organic. It can't be some generic canned response. That means the world. A lot of people go, I can't watch the show anymore because I have to donate. No. You never have to feel guilty for that. What we're saying is I have a lot of listeners that donate at the end of the show and try to get on each other to save the day. And it's nice, but it's exhausting for me. It's exhausting. And then we get caught behind the 8 ball like last night, where we don't have any content. I got to stay on. And that's all. Okay. So we love you guys. That's it. Here's the rest. It's like pulling teeth, man. Did you hear this? The fact that they had to say anything remotely positive about Donald Trump.
I know.
Debbie Hensley says, can't let Kevin make me look bad. Debbie, Kevin can't make you look bad. You're just fine. So, Liv, can they say anything positive? I mean, you're immediately seeing something. Look at what he's done. Just in a short period of time. Why can't people just appreciate this guy? Is it because he does not have a humble bone in his body?
No, it's because liberals are on auto, and they're told what to think, and they're told what to say.
Yeah.
And they are told to hate bad orange man.
Isn't that the truth?
That's what they do. They have no brain of their own in their head. They are not free thinkers at all.
Do you remember those horrible abortion commercials that came out, where it was like the one where it's like, Mommy, what's wrong? Donald Trump won, baby. I thought he couldn't be president for a third time.
My all-time favorite.
Not anymore, baby. Not anymore.
Which I need to take a quick potty break. I'm
Kat
sorry.
Alkire says $15.95. Best I can do this month. Tough time. Kat. Don't give if it's hard. Don't. I am not asking for more. I'm just asking for people to give it, not at the end of the show, which has become a routine, is all I'm saying. It's changed. It used to be people would be like, you know what, I'm going to give it tonight and just give. People are purposely waiting so they can see my shock and surprise every night. I love that. But it's becoming a strain to do that because it interrupts the show. We have to talk about it. So please, if you're struggling, don't. Hold on to it for me. That means more to me. Hold on to it. Because if it's tight, hold on to it. Okay? I mean that with all my heart. He's not orange anymore, Paul. But Paul said that I liked Rosie O'Donnell, so I don't know what happened. I'm just kidding, Paul. Here is a video, Liv. I waited for you. Thank you. Where we have the new. I did it from watching you, Dad.
Okay.
Did it from what? Where did you learn? Where'd you learn?
The Lincoln Project.
Where did you learn about these drugs? I learned it from watching you, Dad. I learned it from watching you. Here is this cringe commercial. All they did was change the topic. Same effing actors. Watch this.
Doctor, he's flatlining.
We need to get him into...
First of all, there's not going to be a black doctor.
We need to see the video.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to make a racist joke. It was funny. DEI practices. That's why this guy's dying. Joke.
Doctor, he's flatlining.
We need to get him into surgery.
Sorry, you can't do that.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
I'm your Republican congressman. Now that we're in charge, we defunded Medicare, and we're not paying for this surgery.
This man is dying. Now get out of the hospital.
I won the last election. I'm not going anywhere. But don't worry, we made sure Medicare still covers Viagra. And I need a refill.
God.
You're fucking kidding me. I've watched porn. I've watched porn with better plots.
Oh my gosh.
Deirdre says he actually is humble and never talks about all the things he does to help individuals on a personal level. Who are we talking about?
It's probably a thread.
I know. I'm asking her, though. Who are we talking about? I don't know if that's actually something he did. He might have done a call with his staff, Thomas says. Somebody help me out. Who are we talking about? Let me know. Dude, these commercials are so bad. Like, who watches this and goes, that's it? I'm done with Republicans. I mean, wouldn't this drive you into the arms of the Republican Party of like whoever paid for the DNC and the okay, doing it right in the middle. Frank Wood donated $21.10. I love my Moab. Love y'all, Frankie. We love you too. Liv, seriously, this shit didn't work in 2024. What makes them think it's going to work now? Who pays these people? Like, I ran marketing departments. Who pays for this?
Again, they think it will work because it worked in 2020. And they're too stupid to realize that it backfired on them in 2024. So instead of addressing their issues and fixing them, they're going to go with the same tactics and the same scare tactics, but no one's listening. They're laughing.
I am going to show you something from C-SPAN, which is going to help you understand why a lockdown that's about to take place has nothing to do with Republicans. Listen to me now, because I have it from the Senate Majority Leader, the Senate Minority Leader, right here, openly states that they are going to vote against the CR bill. Listen.
Mr. President,
the Democratic leader.
Funding the government should be a bipartisan effort, but Republicans chose a partisan path, drafting their continuing resolution without any input from congressional Democrats. Because of that, Republicans do not have the votes in the Senate to invoke cloture on the House CR. Our caucus is unified on a clean April 11th CR that will keep the government open and give Congress time to negotiate bipartisan legislation that can pass. We should, Mr. President.
The Democratic.
That's it.
You're gonna have to explain that to me in layman's terms.
He openly said, we're not voting for it. We're not passing it. So if too many people don't jump over, They can't close cloture, which is openly the arguments and the argumentation, the filibuster, which allows them to go ahead and keep disputing and challenging and going back to the drawing board. It takes 60 votes to do that. So there's not going to be enough Democrats to come across. So even though we own the Senate, we don't own it by 60, and the filibuster openly bends us over the table. We can't get it across the finish line. And there aren't enough Democrats who are going to come over. Now, Fetterman said he's going to vote for it, which is good. But that's not enough. You need at least 6 to come over, or 5 plus 1 with Vance. No, I don't think Vance... No, Vance can't vote on it because it's not a tiebreaker vote. So you don't have Vance. You need 6. You got 1 with Fetterman. And then you got to look at Murkowski. You got to look at Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie's making it that much harder to get this thing across. But Thomas Massie's a good guy. He votes along constitutional lines. It's easy to vote with the Constitution. If he doesn't do that, then he's not even remotely an American. But that one vote could decide this. But Chuck Schumer and the Democrats have already said that it's DOA. They're not going to vote for it. Joseph Hillstrom, not at last second tonight. Thank you, Joseph. We appreciate you, buddy. That's what we're talking about. That helps out tremendously. So, Liv,
yes,
this is the problem with our current government. Is that nothing gets done because these secret handshake mother effers don't want any of this. They want the status quo. They want this type of government. They don't want solutions. There's too much money at stake to agree. They have to justify their budgets. They have to justify staying in session. They have to justify their grandiose trips and their fundraising that's extravagant. They have to make this about money. And why does it cost a state legislature run $250,000? Why does it take a Senate run anywhere from $5 to $10 million? Why does it take a presidential run up to the billions of dollars? And the reason why is because that's what's at stake. Here is a perfect example. People said that Donald Trump selling a Tesla outside of the White House, talking positively about Elon Musk, calling him a patriot. Did you see this, Liv?
I did see you showed it the other night, I think on Monday, about him when he bought his Tesla.
Yeah. So here is the video, real quick.
Administration, and as an act of
somebody that's been so good to our country. He didn't have to do this. He didn't have to go through this. And we can't let it happen. And aside from that, I happen to love the product.
Gotta let me switch
that's
everything.
So good to our country. He didn't have to do this. He didn't have to.
Sorry if I was short. Long day, tired. Apologize.
Go through this. And we can't let it happen. And aside from that, I happen to love the product. It's a lot nicer if you also happen to love the product. And he's done a really good job. Go ahead, Peter.
Is there, I guess this is for Elon Musk, is there a discount? President Trump wrote the art of the deal. Is there any kind of room for negotiating?
Let me answer that. I know he'd give me a discount, but honestly, I don't want to ask for one. You know, I'm president, and so I want to pay full price.
And what is your message, President Trump? Buying a new car while there are some folks who will see this clip at home and they are struggling with their retirement accounts down at the moment, uncertainty about work ahead.
Well, I think they're going to do great. I think our country had to do this. We had to go and do this. They've taken away, other countries have taken away our business. They've taken away our jobs. I did it initially very strongly against, as you know, China and some others in the first term. And it was a very successful term.
So I want to make sure I'm clear on this. SpaceX, there are stranded astronauts up at the USS. U.S. Universal Space Station. Mm-hmm. And they've been there now, I believe, almost a year. Output. And Biden had an opportunity to get them out. And Tesla, SpaceX, Elon Musk is going to send a rocket up there and save these people's lives. And is he going to get any credit for it?
No.
I guarantee the headlines are going to be, he's doing this to go ahead and save money to have more government contracts. He's a government contractor. He makes Starlink. He has rocket systems. He has EV technology. The man is an innovator. Of course, the U.S. government is going to buy his programs and buy his creations. But they also buy Microsoft. They also buy McDonnell Douglas. They also buy DuPont, one of the largest defense contractors in the world. And to sit here and say that every single producer and manufacturer doesn't contribute to the government's infrastructure in some way, shape, or form is a lie. But they said, oh, it breaks the honor and integrity. This is a malpractice of the presidency. This is a conflict of interest to have Donald Trump pose with a Tesla. Well, you know what? Nobody said anything about this, Liv. I'm surprised he didn't just put it in reverse and roll right into the White House cafeteria. Oh my God, put it in drive, dipshit. It's kind of fast, Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I just, Dylan Mulvaney's walking across. I am very, very proud to be a woman.
Gentlemen, please remain seated.
Go ahead.
You'd think that the Democrats would be happy that Trump bought a Tesla, considering that they're all about the freaking environment and save the environment, save the world, and yet freaking Biden's in a Jeep.
Well,
Really?
no, it's an EV Jeep.
Oh.
But see, now it's okay. It's an EV Jeep. It's better. But the point is why is it okay for Joe Biden to talk about electric vehicles? Why is it okay for him to talk about hotels? Why is it okay for him to talk about certain businesses from certain friends? Why is it okay for him to go ahead and give money to CEOs? Why is it okay for him to put money in China? Why is it okay for him to go ahead and blackmail with the Burisma prosecutor, get him fired? Why is it okay? Why is it okay? Why is it okay? It's not about whataboutism. It's like, can you guys just be equally outraged about everything? I mean, if you're going to do it to him, do it to everybody.
I have the answer. He's a Democrat. That's the only reason.
Great show as always. Joanne Townsend donated $10.80. Thank you, ma'am. I'm just done.
Trump is Republican and Biden is Democrat. And that is the only answer.
Yeah, I know, but that's been our whole show tonight. I feel cheated. I kind of want to go watch a demonic episode of SNL. Here is the last thing. U.S. Department of Education employees have just received an email telling them to vacate the building by 6 p.m. tonight. JD Stillwell, late to the show fee. Hope you guys have a great night. JD, thank you, brother. $15. We appreciate it. Folks, we have hit our goal at 304.50, 101% to goal. Thank you so much. And we can't thank you enough for doing that. Here is the quick video on this. And just to go ahead and talk about the Department of Education.
Reporting that the Education Department employees have been told that they must vacate their offices in D.C. and the regions by 6 o'clock tonight, and that the offices will be closed on Wednesday for security reasons. Let's bring in Charlie. He is breaking this story this afternoon, hopping on set to talk to us about it. So give us some sense here. What are you hearing?
A little background. I mean, I have sources in the Education Department. They've been sending me these directives that have been coming since Linda McMahon was named Education Department chief about massive reductions. I mean, they're not hiding the football here. They're talking massive reductions.
Good. We're last in every single category. Cost per student is the highest in the world. We have no results. The unions run the schools. Why do we need the Department of Education when the unions make all the decisions anyway? Just tell the DOE what to do. Liv, is it time to dissolve public education or limit it enough so we can start having some alternate options for the states to use, like vouchers or private schools or charter schools or whatever it may be? What are your thoughts?
Get rid of the unions, for starters.
Can't do that.
I know.
So you got to get. What do you think about the DOE? You have family who are teachers, don't you?
No.
Holly?
Oh.
She's a teacher. I thought your cousin was a teacher. You got to have a Mexican somewhere in your family. I mean, you've got like 75,000
My
of them.
cousin had 9 kids and homeschooled them all, so I guess that would be considered a teacher.
No, she's a slut. So that doesn't count.
She's Hispanic Catholic.
So a slut. No, I'm kidding. So you don't have an opinion on the Department of Education cutting it?
I mean, I do.
Does this bother you? Are you nervous? Are you scared?
No.
Do you think education is going to drop by the wayside?
No, anything they do can only make our education system better
Yes.
at this point. It's not like we can get any further down. I mean, we can only go up. That's pretty much where we're at. I think what they need to do is they need to make it more competitive. And by that is, if you have children and they go to a private school, you shouldn't have to pay taxes to the public school systems.
Right.
If you do not have children that are not in school, so you've got toddlers and they haven't entered school yet, and you've got college age kids that are out of public education, you should not have to pay taxes to the public school system. I think the only people that should have to pay taxes to the public school system are parents of the children that go to public schools. And that way they are going to be more competitive because they are going to want your business. They are going to make them better. They're going to train their teachers better because they are going to want your money. That's the only way it's going to work, is they have to be more competitive.
Yep.
And it's got to be a select people that pay the taxes on it. And that's my opinion on the whole thing.
It's good opinion. In fact, it's spot on. I'm sick of hearing, oh, well, the teachers, we don't want to be, Republicans want kids to be dumb. They're already dumb. What we want you to do is to eliminate the bureaucracy in Washington and allow the states to clean up their education system. Oh my God. Frank says 2625. I feel like Democrats would rather have America fail than succeed if they can trash Trump. Their hate is all consuming and exhausting. You guys are great. Thank you, Frank. It's true. Because at this point, I don't think there's anyone could sit here and say that Democrats are working towards Americans' prosperity. How? By literally focusing on the minutia of America. By focusing on the bottom 2% of the population in everything they do. I mean, seriously. Everything they do. Does federal government only supply 7% of the education funding? If that. Education is truly state-run initiatives. The federal government gives, based upon per student, a certain amount of money to the state and schools. But it's not the money we have to worry about. I'm still fine giving the states the money. What I want is the bureaucracy to stop. I want the states to decide where they put that money. I want the people in those states to be able to create private institutions of learning to compete. I want so many different choices for learning that parents have to literally bring their children to an orientation or do a school visit to decide where they want to go. Whether it's private, whether it's charter, whether it's a specialty school, whether it's Christian or Catholic schools, whatever it is, whether it's a secondary education, which also is suitable for some people who just want to get a GED and don't want the pomp and circumstance of school hours, want to go to school at 10 o'clock at night if they want to and get a secondary education or a secondary high school degree, GED, whatever it would be, that we need options, just like healthcare. But when you privatize school and education, when you federalize it, you no longer have competition. And this is the only reason the Democrats want the Department of Education to remain. It has nothing to do with your kids. It has nothing to do with the education of America. It has to do that they are one of the largest groups and special interest groups that donate to the Democrats. They are one of the largest political action committees in the United States. Them and Planned Parenthood are two of the biggest for Democrats, along with the NAACP, Rainbow Coalition, and groups like that, and the NEA. But when it comes to unions, the teachers union, the schools are powerful. And if you eliminate public schools, those teacher unions are going to turn on you. And Democrats don't want to lose the votes. They don't care about your kids. As long as your kids are being indoctrinated with leftist thinking and finding out if their penis is suitable for them, they don't give a shit what they learn. They are completely okay with the dumbification of the United States of America.
We've been lucky that where...
CJ, you can't do that
Jenkins.
while you're talking. Yeah, I'm sorry, you do it.
CJ Jenkins, sorry so late. I was driving out of the mountains, so thank you very much for it. Yes, Ash says
thank you too. She's
well.
like, oh.
We have been lucky as far as the school districts we have lived in.
Sure have.
And I think we do that because one of the first things that we look at when we're moving is the school district. And I think the only one that would have been questionable would have been Albuquerque. But even then, the school district that our kids would have gone to was like the best in the state. Like the elementary.
And I had every intention of getting out of New Mexico as fast as I could. And I did. Like once my daughter was of age, I'm like, it's time to get out of here.
Yeah, she was 2.5. Ethan was born in California.
Because Bakersfield was good.
Bakersfield was great. We lived in a great school district. Only elementary school, of course. But we ended up, I did not like the elementary school that Hayden was supposed to go to. So I switched her to a different one in the district. And that school was amazing. And there was no pushback. I
love that school.
It was great.
I loved walking to there and going and picking her up. That was like the greatest thing is just walking to the school, not driving, and going and walking her back. That was so fun.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That school that we took her to was like a 10-minute walk from our house.
Maybe.
The other one was like a 10-minute drive. And I'm like, what's this point? So yeah. But Texas, we had one of the best school districts. I know a lot of people say Tomball is more competitive, but I still liked our school district. And then of course Loudoun is like the best school district in
the country,
in Virginia, and one of the best in the country. So
safest
it's like
place to live, low crime rate. I mean, it's
so
nice.
It's hard for me because we've always been in such good school districts, and our kids have always had great teachers, minus a couple. And the schools have been amazing. And so I've never experienced the bad ones, but it's the inner cities and the people who aren't as fortunate as us to live in places that we have lived that this is affecting. Hi,
Mallory, do you know the Raymond's Trophy Shop on Main? Raymond's Trophy Shop. Megan and Randy Jr. was owned by Sherry and Randy Sr., Joe, Holly. Everybody knows the Raymonds. Was a detective for Kern County Sheriff. Randy Sr., Randy R3, Randy Jr. is fireman. Waiting for your answer. The reason why you see our show is that we have a lot of family and friends in Bakersfield. Mm-hmm. So it gets shared in Bakersfield a lot. So you're not our first Bakersfield listener. We have several people who live in Bakersfield who watch our show. So I'll wait for your answer, Mallory. I do know the Trophy Shop. Those are my cousins, the Raymonds. Yeah. And those are my cousins. Yep. So go in and say hi to Megan and Randy Jr. We love them to death. Mm-hmm. They're amazing people. But yeah, those are our cousins, and you'll see Megan come on here occasionally, or Sherry, or R3. And R3's fighting cancer right now, and he's going to beat it. And Tomball is where my dad lived. Yep, we lived in Tomball Spring. Tomball Spring, right off of Kirkendale. Good luck spelling it. And we've lived in a lot of places. Olivia and I got around. So, Liv, have you received one question for the hosts on Friday?
Not yet. Ethan said he's going to think of a couple.
You guys, Do you understand? Like, we are doing a full roundtable, like all four on a couch with headsets, sitting down, talking about the show, talking about our beliefs, our lives, whatever.
If there's anything you've ever wanted to know, I know we share a lot on this show, but if there's anything you ever wanted to know, now's the time to ask.
Yeah, now's the time. So be a little selfish. Ask a question. Get them into Olivia at thedumbshow.com. What school district did you go to in Bakersfield? What was her elementary school?
It was Centennial Elementary School. Rosedale?
It was Rosedale.
Rosedale?
Yep, because we lived off Rosedale. Yep. Yeah, we lived Bakersfield West. Way west, like out by all the agriculture, way out there in the rich area. That's where we lived. I worked for Apple, and money goes a long way in Bakersfield. I mean, if you saw our house, what we had, people would be like, in California, that house should be like $2 million, not in Bakersfield. But as long as you live out west and don't go to the Valley Plaza Mall very often, which I had to do every day, you shouldn't swim the Kern River. No, you shouldn't drink the water either. Bakersfield has a lot of opportunities, but it's a special place in our hearts.
That's where our son was born.
Yep, son was born there.
It's a fantastic hospital, I have to say.
Oh, great hospital. I spent my summers up there. So I would come up and stay with the Raymonds. But I remember the old days, so the old skating rink and the movie theater, and all that's gone now, and it's all been rebuilt. But we spent a lot of time in Bakersfield. We liked it. And we understand high crime, and we understand a lot of people make fun of it. But
Rosedale Union School District is who she works for. I think that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If her teacher, what was her teacher? Mrs. Thiessen. That was her kindergarten teacher.
I love Thiessen. God, that woman and I got along so well.
Amazing. So if I don't know if she ever still does, but if you know her from Centennial Elementary
Tell Miss
School,
Thiessen we love her.
Amazing.
Favorite teacher
Hayden
of
still
all time.
talks about her too.
Love Miss Thiessen. So that woman and I got along so well. Does Matthew like to wear women's underwear? Asking for Leroy. On my head. On my head. Yeah.
Only if it's mine.
Well, that's my point.
Or Megyn Kelly's, but you know.
Oh, Megyn Kelly doesn't wear underwear. I got a crush on Megyn Kelly. There's no doubt. Pam Bondi is off my list. Pam Bondi's not doing well.
Really? Why? What's going on?
She's not doing her job. It's been 45 days. We were supposed to have the JFK files released in 45 days. It's day 46. No JFK files. The Epstein list is supposed to be released. She backed off on that. FBI brought a shit ton of files, and now she's saying she's redacting. Do your job. Start prosecuting people. Start going after the corruption in Washington, D.C. What are you doing? Start looking into these voting centers. Start looking into the mail-in ballots. Start looking into the COVID emergency powers. Go look into these judges who used emergency powers to go ahead and circumvent the election in 2020. I want her to do her damn job. Let's start releasing the J6 information. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's get it done. Is it okay to ask about Olivia's personal history? I think we may know some of this. Sure. You can. This is what we want. We want questions, right? This is for you. This Friday show is honestly just going to be about you guys getting to know the hosts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, sure, the hosts, we can talk about what we always talk about, but this is just going to be a kickback. I mean, it's going to be a wide angle camera shot. There's not going to be all these bells and whistles. It's going to look like, a lot of the shows where they're sitting in a living room. That's what we're going to be doing. We got wireless headsets for this. Ethan and Hayden are going to run the control board. This should be interesting. Donald Trump is doing a lot of good things, but I want to know where mass deportations are. We were promised mass deportations. We're not deporting enough people. I want mass deportations. Where are they? Right? So I want to see that. And I understand the tariffs thing. I know he wants to get the economy on track. That's important, right? But let's not forget some of the other promises that we made. We want a border wall completed. We want Pam Bondi to go in and clean up this mess and these corrupt DAs and these state's attorneys, because it's all going to happen again if we don't. It's just going to happen again. When Trump's out, this is all going to be the same thing. I don't know if someone got to her. I'll tell you who got to her. Olivia needs to check her email. Olivia, check your email. Of course they got to her. It's the political state of Washington, D.C. got to her.
Mel, I don't have anything.
Check your trash. Because don't you remember the other day you said Mel was trash?
There's no junk.
She didn't say that. It's Olivia@thedumbshow.com. Is it work?
Well, she sent me something before with the pictures, but that's the last thing I've gotten from her.
Mel, was it questions? We're probably not going to have call-ins on Friday. And the reason why we're not going to have call-ins is because the hosts aren't going to be able to hear you. So the questions are going to come in from the kids. Now, we could have them call in and they could answer it on the computer. Oh, that's true. And then tell you. We'll figure it out. Mel, if it was your job to come up with a new Democratic platform, you gotta send it by email. I'm not going to remember that for the show. So if you have a question, send it into Olivia. Olivia@thedumbshow.com. All Canadian people are trash like Mike. Yeah, we're all trash. We're all dummies. We lived in Albuquerque and loved it, but our daughter graduated high school. We lived on base and did not have to deal with Albuquerque schools. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Is Bondi waiting for Bongino? Why? She's got Kash Patel. Why does she need Bongino? She's a little, Deborah, she's a little all talk. Yep. All right, everybody. Mel, can you hear me? I'm trying to talk to Mel. She said Olivia needs to check her email, but she doesn't have an email. Can you tell me what's going on? Are you going to bed?
Yeah.
Good night.
Okay.
We'll take her out potty.
Downstairs?
Yeah, we're used to it.
Oh, okay.
Good night, buddy. I love you.
Love you.
All right. Mel, let me know. And when the trash thing was a joke about the email there. Let me know what you got, and then we'll figure it out. Just email Mel real quick and just say, hey, reply on this one. And did you put in your email address so everybody knows?
Yes, I will do it again.
I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, Friday questions. We need a bunch of them. Olivia@thedumbshow.com. And I think we're good. Anything else, Liv?
Nope.
1 minute, Liv. Go.
Thank you, everyone, for donations and for watching and for supporting us, and I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on Friday.
Yeah, so you're off tomorrow. Who's on tomorrow?
Leroy
And I. Mm-hmm. And then Friday, it is going to be Olivia, Amy, Leroy, and I. And then we have our photo shoot. Olivia, how do you spell Mrs. Thiessen? You have it right.
I think it's IE.
IE, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, IE.
Yep, it's IE. All right, everybody. We'll see you on Friday, too. And then tomorrow should be good to go. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone, for the donations, taking care of us tonight. And have a blessed evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Good night, everybody.
Night, y'all. Love you.
Mel, call me or text me or whatever. Figure out what's going on. Good night.
Night.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree.
Rumble wants to see Ash.
Oh, Rumble wants to see Ash. Okay. She's so passed out right now. Do you want me to pick her up? Oh, she's passed out.
I got to re-add the phone anyway, but I can't do it right now.
Here, I'll pick her up.
Oh, she's going to kill you.
Yeah. Oh, you're straight.
Supporter Hines.
Oh, God, you're a big dog now.
She's gotten so big.
Oh, gosh, she's huge. Big yawns.
Ash. Puppy. She. See, I get her to talk. Watch. Put the mic up. Ready? Ash. 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 So today we were laying down on the beanbag.
Oh, no.
No, don't bite them.
Wait.
And she's loving. She wants to play. She was doing this to me, and every time I looked at her, I'd be like, puppy, and she.
She's so big, I can't even put her.
Ash, what are you doing?
Right, I'm gonna. Oh, big girl. Oh, God, she's heavy.
She's got to be 45.
The last time I weighed her 2 weeks ago, she was 27. She's so heavy right now.
Don't chew that. Her teeth are coming in, so she's chewy tonight. Hey, Ash. Ash, do you want to say something? She said sneeze. All right, now we're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to go get some sleep. Good night. See you then.
Night, y'all.
Just don't unfriend me.